Hello, YouTube audience and viewers and subscribers. Welcome back to Ringwoods here in Farming Simulator 22, where it is November the 2nd and we have some weeding to do, and then we've got several other tasks to be getting on with today. So let's not waste much time. We're also going to need to go and get some more herbicide after we've done this spraying. I think we was also manure spreading, wasn't we? Oh, we've got to do that field as well. Field 10, yeah. So, we'll remove the weeds. How's everybody's day going? It's quite nice today, actually. It's sun shining outside. Feels quite warm outside as well. Totally wasn't what the weather forecast for the day. Because the weather forecast for the day was it was going to be like quite cloudy and cool. Otherwise I would have gone out and done I would have took the dog walking earlier before I streamed. I would like to have took her to a local park and let her have a bit of a run around. But I looked at the weather forecast and thought, last night, and was like, I don't really fancy going out if it's going to be cloudy and cold and horrible. And then lo and behold, today it's actually turned out really nice. So what are the plans today on the farm? Well, we've got 2 fields to do weed spraying on. The sunflower field that we harvested last week, I need to get ploughed and stone collected. And then I think there's a couple of fields of oilseed radish that I need to cultivate. And then I think we're all good. Might be time then to go around the productions and collect all the stuff that the productions have been producing. We also might want to check to see if we've got any cut sugar beets produced, because obviously we did the sugar beet harvest last week, and that should be going into our processing machine. So hopefully we should have some cut sugar beets. If we've got cut sugar beets, we can take those to the thingamajig sugar factory, get the cut sugar beets turned into sugar, refined sugar, and then take the refined sugar, then hopefully get it in some of our other factories, and bingo banga bongo, we'll start producing some more stuff. Unfortunately though, it is the wrong time of year again for me, because obviously we're playing with seasons. So in November there is like there's nothing I can plant. So we're not going to be doing any planting or seeding until next year now. The good news is that if I get done what I want to get done over the next couple of hours. I can pretty much skip December and January. We can just sleep through December and January because we won't need to do anything apart from maybe feed animals. And then we'll be able to go straight into February, where we'll be able to do cotton planting for the coming year, the new year. Which I plan to do on maybe the big field, the one just the other side of those trees. And then we can go into March, and then in March, obviously, we'll be in seeding and planting madness. That's when we'll be absolutely going nuts and having to get lots of work done. My poppies, though, my poppies are looking nice, aren't they? That nice red field over there. Again, I'm wondering if maybe I should get another harvester for next year as well. Depends how we go selling, obviously, our products, doesn't it? Depends how we go on the product selling front. Sub counter. What is the sub counter thing now on Twitch dashboard? It says Helgetus 13. I don't think Mr. Helgi's subscribed 13 times on Kick. Or is that my total sub count? And the last subscriber is Helgetus, Mr. Helgi. I don't know. What have we got here? That is liquid fertilizer. Right, I don't want that. 13 subs, most recent. Okie dokie. The good thing is, I remembered to turn off the sub-only chat before I started streaming. I did leave it on all night to protect from the spammers and the bots, and it seemed to do the trick. So, excellent tip, that one, for anybody out there. If you don't want the bots destroying your channel whilst you're sleeping, just put your channel into sub-only mode. That should be enough. Right, my sprayer. I think I've got a sprayer somewhere. Well, I know I've got a sprayer because we bought one. We'll have to come and refill with liquid fertilizer. I assume that's why I've got a pallet of liquid fertilizer sat there. Yeah, I did have a tractor doing manure spreading, so we'll have to get back to the manure spreading as well today. Make sure that is finished. There's a lot to do. Like I say, there's a lot to do this month to get everything finished off, ready for the new year. And then we have 2 months of twiddle our thumbs. Right. We'll let that guy carry on doing the weed spraying. You might want to do some mulching. We might want to do some mulching. We'll let him do some mulching. Right, we can move this fella now. I can't remember what I said I was going to do with the sunflower oil. All the sunflowers that I harvested. I'll move that in a minute. We'll move that in a minute. We don't need to move that right now. This we do need to move. Right, sunflowers. What are we doing with sunflowers? Because we've got 79,000 litres. Are we turning it into sunflower oil, or are we turning it into pig food? Let's look at the production menu. That'll probably help us a little bit. We turn it into sunflower oil because pig food doesn't require sunflowers. That's fair enough. There we go. I'm not sure why I'm mulching that field when I'm going to plough it. Still got 120,000 litres of potatoes. You know of any video format converters that are better than Handbrake? For converting what format? MKV. If it's MKV, I use the Remux tool built into OBS for remuxing my my OBS videos, which are MKV, into MP4, so I can put them into my editing software, my Vegas software. Besides that, I use a program called Amersoft Media Converter. I have as well, which does all videos, audio, image files and formats. But that is a paid program. That's not free. Amersoft. But OBS Studio remixes MKVs into MP4s. Because I record my videos in MKV, because obviously if OBS crashes or the computer crashes, it doesn't mess up the video file. You can still then access the videos up to the point where you crashed. Whereas if you're recording natively in MP4 or other formats, if you crash, that video is screwed up. So yeah, that's what I use. Oh, we've got plenty of chopped sugar beets. We will probably be able to get the sugar mill up and running in a minute then. Right, where did I put my sugar factory? I think I remember. You use Handbrake, but I'm just wanting to try something new, lol. Right, whilst that's unloading... So sugar is actually set to auto distribute, so I don't need to move the sugar. Same as the milk over here. I don't think I need to do anything with the milk. I think the milk's on auto distribute. It is, but we could actually do with delivering some more milk at some point. So we might have to do a bit of a milk run today as well. But let's go get our cultivator hooked up. Well, no, let's go finish the manure spreading first of all. One job at a time. Then we can get the cultivator hooked up. When the mulcher is finished, we can then do the ploughing. I'm trying to work out, I have got crop protection. I've got a starer. Somewhere I've got one of them. Valve converter, lol. Might give that one a bash. Worth a try. Worth a try. I know why I've got a crop sprayer. It's parked there, isn't it? It's going to do the poppy field. It needs to spray the poppy field. That's what I remember we had to do last week. We need to get our poppies done. Right, let's have a think. Right, we have no course loaded. So we're going to create a job for him. Up, down, row angle. Yeah, 0's fine on that one. Make it a little bit bigger. So that's the train track done. That this guy is going to be following. First waypoint. Off you go, sir. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. That is very red in the encoder. Doesn't like it. What encoder? So file converter doesn't like it. You had any response to your post about demonologists yet? Yes. And very weird. Very weird. Because I'm thinking, again, it's not great advice if you're playing the game single player like I am. Let me find it for you. Let me find the post, the reply I got. Okay, the response I got was, your mistake is trying to rule out items. You never want to start by ruling out items. The only time you can rule out items is when you have two concrete evidences. The only one I would say you may actually be able to rule out when you find the ghost room is ectoplasm. Easel and ESG take quite a long time sometimes, and the spirit box is hit or miss. And sometimes you will only see EMF 5 during a hunt. All goes give evidence at different rates. Some are very, very shy, and some will give you all your evidence very fast. Problem with that is, as a single player whose sanity is always draining, you can't really hang around in the house, the ghost building, waiting for the ghost to tick a box because you die. So I think myself personally that I still think some of the responses are not working properly. I think some of the devices are a bit glitched. I mean, that spinny round thing, I have never seen that do anything. I don't know what that's supposed to do. I've never seen that do anything. I look on the forums and I see people talking about the ESG needing a buff, and needing to be fixed a bit. Yeah, so yeah, that's what it sounds like. You need the video cameras, so you can put a video camera in every room to monitor everything whilst you sit in the tent. But to be able to buy the video cameras, you need lots of money, and the only way you can get money is by identifying ghosts, which I can't do at the minute. I'm going to get a thumbnail whilst I remember. Right, we're coming back to the sprayer because the sprayer's not... Well, once you find the room the ghost is in, stick the cam in there facing all the equipment, lol. Well, yeah. But again, I'm in the mindset that if I'm playing a game, and you know, for example, the spirit box, the walkie-talkie thing. If I walk into a house and I use that in every single room, I would expect if the ghost is one of the ones that interacts with the spirit box, it would at some point when I walk into one room interact with it. And that would give me a clear, okay, yeah, it's one of those. You know? And it's like the painting, the canvas, the painting. If it's a ghost that paints pictures, if I put that painting in the correct room, it should paint a picture. If it's a ghost that paints pictures. Yeah, the answer is valid in multiplayer because obviously you can do a relay. One person can go in with one thing. Another player can go in with another item. You can have one person who just stays in the tent watching the screens. You could have one player that just literally goes in to run around checking stuff. That literally just runs through the house checking all the stuff to see if there's been a response. So they're not losing their sanity. So everybody's sanity is basically being protected. But you don't have that option in single player. Because if you're not in the room with the equipment, you're not going to know if there's been a response or not. Are you? Right, that's all the weed spraying done. You need your Watson, Sherlock. Yeah, possibly. Right, let's go get the manure spreader moved. Oh, this is my nice brand new big boy tractor that I got last week. Forgot about that. Just got to find places to park stuff now where it's not going to be in my way all the time. We might actually use this today. Because what I might do, if we take this fella and put him on to collect, if we go collect from... Let's check. Let's check I've actually got the right place. Cows to manure loading point. I think that would be the right place. Is indeed. So I'm going to have this guy sell all that manure for me to the BGA. That's my plan. We do want this truck because we need to do some milk, don't we? So, we need to take some milk. Well, we've basically got to fill up both dairies, haven't we? Oh, move out of his way. I was actually thinking of trying something today, and I forgot to do it before I started. I was going to change the animal food XML file in the map. To see if I could fix the cow food issue. I don't want to have to feed cows mineral feed. I don't mind using mineral feed as an additive in TMR, but I don't want it to be an actual main food source because it's so freaking ridiculously expensive to buy, and the only way you can get it is to buy it. So I was thinking of changing it back to vanilla. I was going to change it back to vanilla, the cows back to vanilla food, so it's TMR as their main food choice. Then silage, then grass and hay. Because I've done it on the Four Lakes map that I've downloaded, the new Four Lakes map that Stevie released. I think I've done it on Hills View as well, but I need to double check that. It's just this map I didn't change it on. because I haven't downloaded a new version of this map. But on all the new versions of Stevie's maps, I've been and changed it. Because I don't understand why Stevie changed it so you have to feed the cows mineral feed. Because that's not an item you can produce. And if you buy it from the store in silly little pallets, you need loads of them, and they cost hundreds of thousands of dollars for, you know, just a few litres. I mean, I can understand supplementing the cow's food with something else, with other materials. You know, some other things that they might eat. Give them some soybeans, or, you know, give them some carrot. Something like that, maybe. I don't know. But, yeah, the whole feeding the mineral feed thing just... It just seems like a way, I think, to drain farms' money. Because obviously, it doesn't matter what map you play on, eventually you reach a point in a save where money is not an issue. You're going to have so much money and not really any way to spend it. And I think Stevie at times tries to throw things on the map which are a bit of a money sink, which are a way of costing you lots of your money to stop you just getting, like, ridiculously rich. The best way, though, to spend money in game is doing like I did on my recent episode of Sao Carlos, where I basically bought loads of equipment that didn't work right. Cherry Boy, you've been very ill. Milk homogenizer. That's full. Being sick non-stop. You probably want to go see a medical practitioner then, either a doctor, or if you've got like an urgent treatment centre, a drop-in centre, you might want to just think about going along and getting checked out, seeing what's wrong. Right. Up to the other dairy building.
You just made the list!
Cherry Boy followed. Thank you for the follow, Cherry Boy. Trying to think where else on the map might need milk. Is the bakery a place that needs milk? Your new PC blue screened last week. That's usually a sign of either a hardware issue. Are you overclocking or something? Have you got your overclock set too high? Again, without really knowing what the blue screen message was, it's very difficult to offer much help on that. Unless you know specifically what the error message was. Custom laptop. It might be overclocking then. Or it could be, if it's a laptop, could be a temperature issue. If it's not well ventilated. Especially if it's a new laptop and it's got one of the new processors and new GPUs in it. Which, as you know, get very, very hot. Run very, very high at stock. It's one of the reasons I don't have a laptop, because thermally they are very poor. They are very poor at cooling themselves. I mean, I used to have one of them silly little, when I had a laptop, I used to have one of those silly little stand things with the fans in to try and provide some better airflow for it. But it still didn't stop it from eventually dying. I think the motherboard cooked itself, got cooked, and then when I sent it off for repair, they couldn't repair it because apparently they didn't have replacements. They didn't keep spare parts like that in stock. So it was like, oh, great. So I've not had a laptop since. I may eventually get one again one day. I don't know. Whilst I've got the tanker, I might as well just check if any of the animals need any water. Quick, and then we can hopefully go back to doing some tractoring. It's not blue screen. When did the last Windows update? So it's not blue screen since it did the last Windows update, or it's been blue screening since the last Windows update. I don't quite understand that last message. If it's blue screening since the last Windows update, maybe remove the last, go in and uninstall the last Windows update. If it's not blue screening since the last update, then the problem's fixed. Don't worry about it. Right, big boy tractor. Your BIOS needs updating too. Well, you need to go to the laptop manufacturer's website go to the support section for your model of laptop and download any updates, any driver updates, firmware updates for your laptop. You should be able to get those from the manufacturer's website. Make sure you've updated everything, because chances are when you bought your laptop from whichever shop or store or website you bought it from, there's no telling how long they've had that laptop sitting in a box. It could well be that yeah, it needs updating. You need to update the drivers and that for it. That's good advice too. From Barker, some manufacturers require you to be on a certain version before you can update to newer versions. You can't just go from one version to the latest. So yeah, definitely read the instructions, especially when it comes to BIOS updates, because you could very easily brick your motherboard if you do it wrong. I should have plugged my wheel back in today. I should be playing this with the wheel again, shouldn't I, really? '28th of April 2023. Well, yeah, that came out a couple of days ago then, so yeah, you probably need to update that. That's definitely very recent. Me neither, Barker. I'll be honest, I haven't really updated my BIOS. I think the last time I updated my BIOS was to make sure it was the PC was Windows 11 compatible. But I don't run Windows 11, so that was it. Yeah, pretty much. That's my theory too, Barker. If something's not broke, I don't fix it. You actually don't mind Windows 11, to be honest. I must admit, I am thinking of maybe updating my PC. I am thinking, because it is available to download now on my PC. I am thinking of maybe doing it. Just to see if it fixes any. I don't know. I don't imagine it. I don't imagine it'll fix much with my PC, because I think most of my PC issues are down to old hardware, old and ancient hardware that's out of date. I think I just need to do down that edge of that field again in a minute, because that's not really cultivated that very well. I thought maybe this cultivator would be wide enough to do that, but it sadly isn't. Ooh, bit framey. Who doesn't like a little bit of Belinda Carlisle, hey? Got to put cruise control on while I got a drink. Your BIOS says version V110, so what is the latest version on the website? What version does it say on the website? Version 2.05, yeah, then you probably want to update. If you're running version 1.1 and the latest version is 2.05, then yeah, you probably should look at updating. Just make sure you follow the update instructions that the manufacturer gives you, and you should be okay. Normally you might have to put the USB. Yeah, normally you have to put download the BIOS file and put it on like a USB stick, and then you can update it directly in the BIOS. I didn't check if my fertiliser spraying. I hope the poppies have been fertiliser sprayed properly. Yeah, the poppies are looking pretty good actually. Simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I ever felt. Oh, I've pulled my headphone cable out again. Need to find some way of securing this headphone cable better. I know what I'll do. Switch that round there like that. I can loop it over there and then it's actually hanging up, not dangling down. Right, I'm going to try using the steering wheel, ladies and gents. There's my teotropium down there. What's that doing down there on the floor? Right, let me just fasten these cables up. I've got cables everywhere. I have got a cable tie thing here. I just need to be able to get that actually reach. Come on. Stupid thing. That'll do. That'll do. I think this is working. The steering wheel works when I turn GPS off. Yeah, the wheel's working, it's just that obviously when I'm doing the rows on the field, I activate GPS, which locks the steering. It does. So then I always end up doing straight lines then. Well, I can move around on foot using the wheel because the TGT has got the two little thumbsticks on the wheel, so I can actually move the camera with the wheel, and I can move around on foot. That's one of the reasons why I bought this wheel. The big reason why I bought this wheel, because most steering wheels do not have analog sticks on them, and I needed something where I could obviously still be able to do all the on-foot stuff whilst doing farming and be able to control the camera. Test to see if you prefer the walking with controller or not. I think the walking's fine on the wheel. It just might be on this particular save, for example. Yeah, walking's fine, look. Going to remember, is that the brake pedal? That's the brake pedal. I put the brake pedal to the softer clutch pedal for Farm Sim. New BIOS update installed. That was quick. Zoom in and out. So, it's cooking. Can't exit out the menu though, that's the only thing. Right, how do I make it go? First person, there we go. Was walking in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off of the earth. Walking in Memphis, only on the way I feel. I probably need to look at getting now though, Barker, if I'm going to be using the wheel more, I probably need to change my chair again and put the casters back on it that you could lock, so every time I press the pedals I don't push myself backwards across the room. Walking in Memphis. That's better. See both mirrors now. I can see both wing mirrors. But man, we're reaching the end of another day. We've already completed a day. Flip. And that's taken us what? Just over an hour and a quarter to do one day on the farm. Because I judge the days by obviously daylight. As soon as it's dark, day's done. We'll sleep and we'll start again in the morning. So I think daytime is about 9 AM till 6, is it, at the minute on this map? Black velvet. Did get a new wheel. Yes, I have got a new wheel. Well, I've had this wheel for about 2 years now, but I've barely used it. I had a Thrustmaster. No, not a Thrustmaster. Logitech Driving Force GT wheel that I got in 2010 to play Gran Turismo 5 with on the PS3, and I was using that on PC all these years. And then 2 years ago, I decided to buy this, the Thrustmaster TGT, and I've only used it very sparingly. Wheels last though, yeah. I like this one though because it's got the what you call it wheels, the PC the PC the magnetic pedals with the load cell. The brake's got a load cell on it. So the pedals feel really nice. They don't feel gimmicky and plasticky like most manufacturers' wheels. And they are separate, so they can be used completely separate from the wheel. So originally I used I did use the pedals to start with my Driving Force GT. So it has feedback, so to speak. Yeah, there's a lot. It's a lot more accurate on your pedal pressing because there's no. It's not. It's done on. Doesn't have potentiometers. Doesn't use potentiometers. It uses magnetic field strength. So it's a lot more sensitive. So when you're doing very fine pedal movements, it registers. Which should obviously be really nice in racing games when you're trying to feather the throttle. The only thing I find with the pedal set is, even on the softest setting, with the softest springs in the load cell, it's still very hard to push the brake pedal. Brake pedal is really firm. You really need to put some force into it. And I noticed, like when I was playing Formula 1, if you was doing long races, like full distance races, your leg would get tired very, very easy. Your leg would ache by the end of a race. So what I've done in a lot of the racing games, I've switched the I've remapped it so that the clutch pedal, because most games don't use the clutch pedal, I've remapped it so the clutch pedal is the brake, because the clutch pedal still has feedback to it, but it's a lot easier to press. There we are, I just needed to put my lights on. Push it real good. '80s was a good music choice. Yeah, I think you can. I don't think you can ever go wrong with the '80s as a playlist, unless I choose to listen to specific artists that I like to listen to. The only thing I don't like about Farm Sim, playing with the wheel, is there's no spring centering and there's no force feedback. So fortunately, it does feel kind of like you're playing with a toy. Yeah, there's not like no resistance when you go to turn. That's the problem. It feels a little bit like, you know, like, I know tractors these days do have power steering, but this feels like power steering on steroids. There's like no, there's just nothing. Also feels like there's a pretty big steering dead zone. In the middle. Right, it's dark. You need to go sleep. Don't you want me? Don't you need me? Don't you want me? Don't you want me, baby? Don't you want me, baby? Don't you want me, baby? I'll have to have a look in the settings, game settings. See if we can tighten up the steering wheel's dead zone a little bit, so it's a little bit more responsive. Because I'm having to turn the wheel 90 degrees before anything happens. I know I've got the wheel set to 900 degrees rotation in the Thrustmaster software, because that's apparently what works best with the Assetto Corsa, which I'm going to be trying tomorrow. No, I don't need to go in there. I am looking forward to trying that, yeah. I'm probably going to be absolutely dreadful at it, but be interesting. Be interesting. Gonna leave him parked there. You're as cold as ice. I've already looked up some settings online for the wheel for Assetto Corsa, and I've already got those like applied. So the wheel should be set up fine. It's just a case of then me actually getting used to the driving in the game. I might actually try something that I don't very normally do in racing games, and that is actually have manual gears, so I can actually use the shifters. Because I think manual gears might make it a little bit more challenging as well for me. Because normally when I play racing games, I always leave it on auto shift, because obviously you have to change gear that fast, and I don't have the reflexes anymore in real life to do that. You know, when I'm driving a real car, you don't have to change gear very often in a real car. You know, you pretty much slap it into 4th gear and you're good. At 3rd or 4th gear, you're good. You know, if you're on a long road, you probably slap it into 5th. You know, depending obviously on your car. Some cars might even have more gears. Like if you're on a dual carriageway or a motorway, you might even put it in like 6th or 7th. But obviously in a racing game, you're changing gears very frequently, because corners come at you very fast. Might need to do a bit more I think there's a bit of headland I've missed. Yeah. Need to go back for that. Just casually farming like a real farmer now. Aren't we? Monday. Bet you wish you did the wheel sooner on Farm Sim. No, not all the times. Not all the times, because honestly, the controller is still probably the most relaxing way of playing the game. Especially if you just want to kick back. I mean, like, if I'm playing Farm Sim in the evening, I wouldn't want to be doing it with the wheel, because I just want to chill out at that point. And, like, if I'm doing, like, my YouTube videos and stuff, I probably don't use... Yeah, because if I'm doing my YouTube videos, again, it's just easier doing it with the controller. Let me just reply to that message I just got. Where am I going? Over here. The steering wheel series. Maybe. Maybe with that, maybe something different with that Sao Carlos series. We could maybe look at using the wheel in that. Did I drop that? I did drop that. Be right back. Need to give the PC a restart. You know, that is something I haven't done today. Because I'm watching, I've been watching videos all night. I've been watching a TV series. And I don't want to restart the PC until I finish watching the series, because then I need to go through VLC Media Player and add all the episodes again to a playlist. So I'm going to finish watching the series today, so hopefully I'll restart the PC in the morning. I think this is another field that's going to cause me problems, where my my cultivator probably doesn't quite go to the edge. Does it? Oh, it might do. It might do. I might be better off on this one. Hope everybody's doing the Tiffany dance at home. Make sure I lift up. That's wrong. You're not home. Your mind is not your own. For the people on YouTube, they'll have no idea what I'm doing, but because obviously I will mute the Spotify playlist in the YouTube VOD. So they don't get to hear the lovely 80s music. No, the track won't be in the VOD. No, I'll mute that whole line in Vegas. I'll mute that whole audio stream. Sometimes I leave it. Sometimes I leave it in. If I'm playing one of my Stream Beats audio playlists, I leave the track unmuted because it just adds to background. It's just background music. You know, if I stream some of the Stream Beats lo-fi stuff or ambient stuff, or you know, if I'm using one of those playlists, I leave it in. But what I really would like to get for Farm Sim, I would like to get a load of copyright-free, like country music, country-style music, if it's possible, if there's any way to do that. I've downloaded some stuff off the YouTube audio library, but it gets pretty repetitive because there's only about 12 tracks. And you can go through them several times in one video when I'm doing a Let's Play video, you know. So that's the downside to that. Oh, just failed my driving test because I crossed my hands. Just failed my car driving test because I crossed my hands. I must admit, that whole 10-to-2 steering wheel position thing, I think I only did that whilst I was learning to drive and whilst I passed my test. And I don't think I've ever done 10-to-2 since. With my hands on the steering wheel. I mean, normally when I'm driving a real car, my left hand is always on the gear stick. It's always just kind of resting on the gear stick, ready to change gear. That's going pretty good, I think. One thing I do, I don't know whether I should change it or not, but it seems like in Farm Sim, when I'm using the in-vehicle camera, you're not bouncing up and down. I think I've disabled that. You don't bounce with the tractor as the tractor's bouncing on the field. Because like you can see the steering thing moving, and you can definitely see the tractors rocking, but you stay absolutely dead straight. So I wonder if I've turned off character movement in the internal cam, because we should be bouncing up and down and bobbing and stuff all over the place, I think. But I don't know whether that would make people seasick or motion sick in the videos. It's probably why I turned it off. Doctor's my old friend. I come to talk with you again. Visions of sleeping. It's raining again. In my brain still remain. You ever thought about getting an Epidemic Sound or Upbeat subscription so you don't need to worry about DMCA on YouTube? I have. The only thing I would say to that is, again, do they have the type of music that I want to listen to or would want to use in my videos? Because again, I'm not into all the techno, dancey, drum and bass shit that all the young YouTubers and that listen to, and streamers, and all the garbage, the tinky tonk as I call it. Like I say, I would like some nice country music for Farm Sim videos. Upbeats has country stuff. I might have to check that out then. I might have to check that out. Because yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for my Farm Sim stuff. And then for other videos, like, I don't know, I mean, I don't really use music in my Football Manager stuff, and I'm not really recording anything else at the minute. But obviously, again, in streams, for other streams, it might be nice. Bowed and pray. Yeah, it's worth checking. Like you say, yeah, it's worth checking out. I can have a look at it. It's not going to cost me anything to look at it. It's just whether or not the cost is worth it then for what I do, based on obviously how many views my videos get and stuff. Because you can keep spending money forever on this streaming and content creation stuff, and at some point you've got to think to yourself, well, you know, when am I going to actually get a return? When am I actually going to actually make that money back and actually then start making a profit? She's got the look. He's got the look. You've been doing well on YouTube lately. Hit 2 million views a couple of weeks ago. Wow. Wow. I know my YouTube revenue is down quite a bit at the minute, because I changed my upload schedule on YouTube. Because YouTube said to me, they said to me, hey, do you realise that all your viewers tend to be online at like 6 PM in the evening? Why don't you try uploading your videos at 4 PM to maximise having your new content going live when your viewers come online? So I did that, and since putting all my videos to 4 PM releases, the views have like halved on every single video. So I'm thinking of switching it back, going back to 9 AM in the morning releases. Because, yeah, that definitely hasn't helped me these last 2 weeks. Releasing all my videos at 4 PM. I think that's releasing all my videos into, like, prime time, and I'm having to compete with everybody on YouTube at that time. So I'm probably better off switching back to uploading my videos when everybody else isn't. No, yes, we do fold that up. We've got one more field to do. Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. They'll have to watch it the following day now. Is the problem, I think. If they actually remember to come back, that's the thing. I mean, I understand YouTube's point, because obviously, according to YouTube, most of my viewers and subscribers on YouTube are based in America. So obviously, it makes more sense for me uploading my videos to upload them later in the day UK time, because then they're live for the Americans during the morning and daytime. But it just doesn't track at the minute with what I'm seeing. Yeah, it's still going to be live at Just get that camera right. Okay, I can see we're going to need to stone pick this field. Actually, you need to get into doing shorts, yeah. I don't think shorts works for me with my content. It's very difficult to make shorts out of what I do. Right, I am going to actually go get the plough. I think I would be better off ploughing this field than cultivating it. I can't remember. What buttons did I set my GPS to? What is button 18? No, not that one. That's the store menu. No, not that one. 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 That one. Ah! Figured it out. So it's that button. Top right. To turn GPS on and off. There we go. It's coming back to me now. It's all coming back to me slowly. I thought I'd done programmed all the GPS buttons onto the wheel. Right, we want to go into that shed there, but we'll probably... I think we can squeeze through here. I think we can squeeze it through. Right hand down. To reverse that into there. Perfect. Might use the Fent for the ploughing. Because that'll work better with course play, the Fent. So we'll go grab that. Does of course mean I'm going to have to stone pick after we've ploughed, but... I think we've got... I think I need to do that field as well. And then we need to lime that field, field 6, as well soon. Posted with 19 viewers. On Fire 53. Thank you for the host. Welcome in. Everybody from On Fire 53 stream. How are you all doing today? Hope you're all well. Thank you for joining me this Wednesday afternoon here on my Ringwoods series. Just gonna be doing some lovely ploughing of the field. So welcome in, B-Dan. Welcome in on Fire 53. Thank you for the emojis. How are you doing? How are all of you? So what is it you've been streaming today on Fire 53? Because I don't think I've come across you yet on Kick. I was also streaming Farming Sim. Oh, cool, cool, cool. What map are you playing on? Alright, for now, Elm Creek, personal farm, looking into others. Okay. You've been playing Farm Sim long? Or are you a new farm simmer? Why does that feel like I'm not ploughing? You've played 15 and on, but haven't done everything in 22 yet. I still classify myself as a new farmer, not a vet. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. That's fine. So have you only been playing on the, like the Giants maps then this far? Like Elm Creek, Hout Baylor on, Erlen Grat? Just starting to get into downloading mods and whatnot. Oh, that's brilliant. Well, if you need any help with that, I can definitely help you out with that. I can definitely recommend some maps if you want to try some different things. Mod Hub maps and a couple that aren't on the Mod Hub. Why do I think that that working width is not right? Why do I feel that that is not the correct width for that track, that tool? Because it's not. That's why. $11.5 is what I want then. That's better. That's what I want. First waypoint, off you go. Right, we'll let him worry about the cultivating. We are going to now go and do... productions. We need to go around all the productions next. Mr. Field of Oilseed Radish. We'll catch that field map. This map is Ringwoods. Darth Nerf Herder. This is Ringwoods by Stevie. I can grab a link, download link to the map and put it in the chat for you. Need to get his YouTube channel. YouTube. Bear with me 1 second. I don't have a command for map because obviously typically I play 4 different maps a week. I'm currently doing Estancia Sao Carlos. I'm doing East Vineland, New Jersey in 2 YouTube saves. I'm doing Ringwoods. I'm on his Facebook group. Yeah, this is Ringwoods then. So yeah, you should be familiar. And he's just actually done an update in the last couple of days for this map. So it is available. I think the latest version is 1.006, but I'm using 1.03 because I've been playing on this map for, I think this is my 25th week on this map. Because I play this map every Wednesday afternoon here on stream. And in game, we are currently in our 2nd year, coming to the end of our 2nd year. But yes, I'm going to be starting, when I finish my New Jersey map series on YouTube, I'm going to be moving on to 4 Lakes, which is obviously the latest map that Stevie has released. And obviously several weeks ago, I spent an entire Wednesday here on Kick map testing that map for Stevie and reporting all my bug findings and stuff back to him so he could get the bugs fixed and squashed, ready for the eventual release. So yeah, I do a lot of map testing and mod testing for Stevie. And like I say, I did a whole day of like I say, did the whole of the 4 Lakes testing here on Kick, so people could see what goes into testing the map. Which was quite interesting for some people that have never seen it before and never realised how much work is involved to test a map properly. Which is saying, don't test it the way Giants test it. Actually physically do everything. Actually physically do the work to test things rather than just checking script and checking code. I mean, I shouldn't drop shade on Giants like that. What going put you new PC? That's not very English, Cherry Boy. So I just need all my products. Used to test for CAS64. I know CAS64. I know CAS64. I think me and him had a big falling out in Farm Sim 19. Because I used to do map review videos. I used to do like map first looks, map reviews. And after I'd done, what are you going to be putting your new PC? What am I going to be putting in my new PC? I haven't decided yet. It's going to be what is available at the time I have the money to buy one. Pretty much. Whatever is the latest and greatest and best thing. I think I've changed all these to do... we was doing... I mean, graphics card wise, I would probably say it's going to be a 4090 graphics card. I would think, definitely. Because there's nothing out there that beats that at the minute. Processor wise, I haven't really decided yet between either Intel or AMD. Storage wise, I'm just going to be chucking in as much physical storage as I can get. Because I use a lot of storage, but I want to get away from using external docks and USB hubs and things like that for connecting all my solid state drives and that to the PC. I'd like to get everything internal again. So a motherboard with lots of SATA ports and lots of M.2 support would be fantastic. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I'm really looking for. It's gonna... oh, RAM wise, probably 64 gig of DDR5, I would say. Because 32 gig is starting to struggle a little bit for me. And obviously just make sure it's really cooled well. It's got lots of proper cooling. Because this PC gets a little bit warm now, and with the UK summer approaching, I don't think it's going to be coping very well. We've had some crashes in recent weeks with hot temperatures. So I think it's going to be a summer of pain at the moment for me. I mean, obviously I've got the portable aircon unit, which will be getting plugged in at some point. The problem with that is it makes a lot of noise, and obviously you can hear that on the stream. I don't tend to use the portable aircon when I'm doing my YouTube stuff, because obviously that would just break everybody's enjoyment of the videos. You have 16 gigs of RAM in your PC, yes. 16 gigs is, I don't think anywhere near enough these days. I think 32 gigs should be the minimum piece people want to go for. With the way technology's moving, the way games are moving and things like that, you probably want 30. I mean, Windows itself uses so much bloody RAM these days. And then if you've got things like Chrome and stuff running, that uses even more. So we're doing quite a lot of selling today. Looks like we got jam and stuff. Yeah, I mean, you say 32 gig is what you need if you're doing gaming and streaming, but if I look at my PC right now, I'm running 32 gig of RAM. I mean, okay, it's DDR4, which isn't obviously the latest and greatest. I'm running 32 gig, and I'm sitting at 86% memory used. My memory usage is slightly higher at the minute than my CPU. My CPU's at 80%. How? How is it using 86%? Well, the game is using 4 gig. OBS is using nearly a gig. Chrome is using several gig. And then it's just all the other little background processes and tasks and things which are just gobbling it all up. Trying to remember where my factories are. I think they're this way, aren't they? I don't know how much of this will actually go into the bakery. Good morning, John. How are you doing, sir? Wrong button. New steering wheel setup. Yeah, I'm playing around with the Thrustmaster today. Because I've been using it in a couple of racing games just recently. So I figured, hey, why not use it for farming too? I'm just trying to work out which factories I need to deliver all this stuff to. Have you used Firefox? Yeah, I'm using Firefox at the minute for Kick. Because Kick seems to run better and less laggy in Firefox than it does on Chrome. So I've got my bot tricks and my channel dashboard running through Firefox currently. Do I need to take the straps off to get this stuff to unload? Might need your help in a minute, John, to remind me where all this DD production stuff goes, because I'm kind of struggling to remember where all the meat products go. I thought they all went in here. Ground beef. We don't have any ground beef, do we not? It might just be that we sell the meat products. We don't actually do anything with them. No, we don't put them in pies. We might just have to, I think we just take the meat to the supermarket, don't we? Yeah. I think everything on this trailer just needs to go to a supermarket now. Because I think these are all end products. I'm pretty sure it's all end products we've got now. So we can just go do some selling. We might need to pick up some other products then on the way back. Because like we've got all the wine and stuff. Yeah, none of that stuff's sold, so we will just go and sell. Let's go find the DD supermarket then. If I remember right, it's at the bottom of the map. Next to the restaurants and everything, so we might be able to get quite a bit of this stuff sold. I then ought to go hit the oil factory and the grain mill, grab all the oil and flour, and then we can bring that back. Yeah, I must remember to turn go into the game settings before I quit the game and turn the dead zone down on the wheel. Because it's a little bit, it's not very responsive. I'm having to turn the wheel a lot. There should be a bit more movement between 90 and 180. Right, all this must go to the supermarket now then. $200k on that load. Yeah. We ain't getting around that corner, so let's just stick it through the trees. I'm also using your lovely plough mod, John, to do my oilseed radish field over here. So I'll be interested to see if it doesn't miss corners. It's another test. Although that field doesn't have rounded corners, I don't think. No issues with 1.91 so far. Not that I've seen. I think it's fixed the ploughing textures if you're using a proper plough. So that's what confused me a little bit when I was using that one that you gave me to use with the Fendt. Because obviously that's not a plough, that's a cultivator. So it wasn't doing ploughing texture, and I was like, what's wrong? But I imagine when I get my own plough out again and do some fields with my plough, it will be fixed. We've got a lot of maple syrup here. Flip. I could do with the money as well, because we spent a lot last week buying that. We bought the field down the bottom of the map last week, John. We bought this one, field 25, and that was 1.1, just over 1 million. And as I was explaining to the people who were in chat last week, I want to buy field 24, field 23, and field 8. And that'll do me then. I'll be happy just to have those fields. I don't want to buy the rest. I want to buy those 3 fields, but that is going to be obviously very expensive to do. So yes, we need to sell these products. I do like how DD's pallet loading and unloading works flawlessly. I've also, John, in the last week started a new Let's Play series on YouTube. And I'm going to be using the very latest version of DD's mods in that. So it'll be interesting to see how all the production stuff works. We've got some of the new stuff. I'll also be running the new version of Enhanced Animals as well, which adds all the new animal types to maps. So we'll have things like goats and ducks and bulls and loads of new things. Right, we now need, like I say, to revisit some of my other factories. Get all the oil, get all the flour, take those back to the bakery, the factory. Then we want to be thinking empty the factory. This new map series is not on YouTube yet, just Kick. Sao Carlos should be on YouTube. I think the first video went live on Monday. I'm pretty sure. And the second video went live, goes live tomorrow, I think. I think that's how I've scheduled it. New Jersey is still in progress at the minute. I'm still working through New Jersey, so New Jersey hasn't changed. New Jersey still uploads on a Tuesday and Friday. But the new series uploads on a Monday and Thursday. Good afternoon, Lee. How are you? How are you doing, my favouriteest person in the whole wide world? Just loading up all my lovely little factories. My products. So how's the day going where you are in the world at the minute, Lee? How's the weather? Is it nice and sunny? Because it's very sunny here. It's a lovely day outside. You're waiting for the little sick bean to wake and then you might try a short stream. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Well, I will come and obviously check out your stream when you do stream. Yeah, it's a lovely 17 degrees at the moment here in the UK. 17 degrees and sunny. Love it. Getting the shorts out, I will next week. We're breaking the shorts out soon. See if the super glue works on your tripod stick. Yeah. Well, hopefully it should work as long as there's no impact and you're not banging it or dropping it on anything. It should hopefully hold, just for holding a phone in place while you're streaming. But obviously if you're moving about and stuff, then it could, the super glue might not be quite the thing. But yeah, if it's just holding the phone in one position whilst you are that's probably not going to get those. I was thinking a short cardio stream, like 25 minutes. Yeah. Especially if it's a nice mild 28 degrees, you probably don't want to do too much cardio because it might be a little bit warm. We don't want you wearing yourself out, do we? How's your day been? It's been good, yeah, it's been very good. Was a little bit busy this morning, had to pop to the shops. And then I've been streaming since just after lunch, so yeah. The day is going very well so far, nice and productive. There's quite a lot here. There's quite a lot here. So how have you been spending your morning then, Lee? Obviously you've not been able to do any content because you broke your tripod, but have you been to the pool? Have you been to the beach? Have you been doing any activities? Right, we are pretty much full there. You've been for a walk. Walk in the park. I must admit, I was thinking of heading to the park. I was a little bit confused because I looked at the weather forecast last night and it said it wasn't going to be very good today on the local forecast, and then it's actually turned out to be an absolutely amazing day. And I would have took the dog. I would have gone to the park with the dog today. I would have took her for a little run. Because they've put a new car park in at the park now, so you can actually drive down there, get parked, and then take the dog for a run, and then I can put her in the car again and then bring her home. And that would be brilliant. And walking on the grass will probably be a lot easier on the joints and stuff, and a lot kinder for her than walking up on the pavement when I take her for our normal walk. So hopefully, all things concerned, you've hopefully got everything set up for your stream today then. You know how to do the dashboard and stream titles and that now, and you'll be able to do that whilst obviously, because again, it's awkward at the minute on Kick, because you have to have two devices. If you're streaming IRL stuff, obviously you need one device to do the streaming, and then you need another device so you can view all your chat and stuff, which is a bit of a minefield. Don't I do it when live has started? No, you can edit your stream info now before you go live. It will save. If you do it in the browser on your phone, it saves it before you start. Kick have fixed it. So then once you actually hit the start streaming, you've already got the correct title and you're already in the correct category. And I must admit, it's very nice to see I'm back to my normal follower count today. After all the bot raids the last couple of evenings, it's nice to have the true number of followers again. Kick have sorted all that out too. I didn't think about that yesterday. When I gifted subs to you yesterday, Lee, I didn't actually think whether or not you might have been bot raided on your channel. So I hope none of the gifted subs went to bots. Right, everything else needs to go to a sell point now. Might be easy to just to go back to Aunt Emma's, I think. Oh, that reminds me. That's actually just reminded me, actually. On my Estancia series, I need to make sure I've got your Aunt Emma's mod installed, John. Because I don't think I've added that. And it's nice having a sell point that accepts all the new production stuff in one place. Because I don't know how much room I'm going to have on the new map to place everything. So it might just be a case of I place one sell point that does all the DD stuff. And it might be the Aunt Emma's. But yeah, I hope the stream goes well, Lee. Like I say, it'll probably be perfect timing, actually, because I'm probably due a break soon. Because I've been streaming for, well, I've been streaming this for nearly 3 hours now. So it'll be the perfect time for me to take a little break before I go and do the Football Manager stream. I should have done this morning, but couldn't because I had to go out. Get a bit more of the GTFC save done tonight. Hopefully get to March, get the youth intake in, so we can have a look at all the new young players. See if we get anybody that can replace the 2 guys that have just been sold. But yeah, I'm playing with the steering wheel today, look, ladies and gents. If you hadn't noticed. What have I got on there then that isn't selling? That peanut oil. Might be peanut oil that I've got on the front there. And I think that has to go to the supermarket, doesn't it? I think there's only one place on the map that buys peanut oil, and I think it's the supermarket. Where man truck from? The mod hub, I do believe. It's all in a pack. It's a pack of auto loading trailers. So you can make a nice train, vehicle train, road train. When I'm streaming. When am I streaming? Pretty much every day of the week I do a stream. Mondays tends to be all day. Tuesdays tends to be afternoon, evening. Wednesdays tends to be all day. Thursdays tends to be afternoon and evening. Fridays tends to be morning and probably evening. Saturday can be any time Saturday, and Sunday the same. Just depends when I arrive in the land of the living on a Saturday and Sunday, and if I have any other commitments like football and stuff or Formula 1. FS22 transport pack, that's it. You expect me to sing you happy birthday tomorrow? I don't know, that might get me DMCA'd, Barker. You know? That might get me DMCA'd if I sing happy birthday. I don't want to get copyright claimed. So, do I get to call you an old git tomorrow then, Barker? Are you officially an old git then as well tomorrow? You're 32. Yeah, you're an old git then. You're an old git as well. All these products. We've got loads to sell. Let's go back to Aunt Emma's. No, supermarket, because we need to get rid of that peanut oil stuff. Don't we? We'll be ready for February next on the map. We will. So between this week and next week's stream, I'm going to have to do a little bit of work off camera just to get us to February, because I'm not going to do anything in December or January on the map, because there is nothing to do. There's no seeding or planting or harvesting or anything like that to be done or can be done. So I'll just forward till February. In February we can plant cotton, as well as getting some of these other fields done. For example, the field down here that I'm ploughing currently, we're going to have to stone pick, so we'll be able to do the stone collecting on that in February as well, to get that ready. And then after that, everything should be more or less pretty good, I think. Okay, the fast food restaurant's taking all the salad. Come on. I think we're stuck. Might have got that stuck. Try that again. Built this city on sausage rolls. We built this city on sausage rolls. Come on. You can do this. Come on. That's it. Do you get a ping when are live on Kick from the website? If you've got your notifications turned on, your follower notifications turned on, Cherry Boy, you will get a notification. You will get either an email or a notification on your mobile or something. I mean, if you're in my Discord and you are following me, my Discord channel, there is a notification that goes live on my Discord when I go live on Kick. So as long as you've got alerts notified for the Kick streaming channel in my Discord, you will get pinged. You don't have kick roll in your Discord. You don't need the kick roll. The kick roll is only for the bot that posts the alerts. So the kick streaming channel is a view only channel, and it's just there to notify you when I'm live. Right, hopefully. Look at all this stuff. So many products. So many products. I think that's all the crisps. Do you have pet tortoises? Yes, I do. I have three horsefield tortoises. We have got salad, fruit salad, and crisps. But why have I not got any ground beef? What is going wrong in my butcher that I'm not getting ground beef from my cows? Is it just that I've not had any cows yet? It might be that we haven't had any cows. That could be the case. Because they don't reproduce very quickly, do they? Interesting name for the tortoises. Fruit salad and crisp lol. No, the names for the tortoises are, if I remember it correctly, if I remember them correctly, it's Louis, Torty, and I think it's Big Mate. Big Mate, as in friend. Big Mate. Hey, mate. How you doing, mate? Because he's the biggest one. He's the largest one. He's called Big Mate. And then I think, like I say, I think Torty is the next biggest. And then the smallest one of the three, I think that's Louis. And then we had another one as well. We did have a fourth, but he died because for some reason he never grew. He stayed like tiny. We used to call him Wally. We did. We suspect there was he obviously had something wrong with him because he didn't grow. And then one day he was just dead in the tank, you know, dead in the vivarium, and it's like weird. I'm sure there's loads of other products we've got as well in the silo that I'm going to need to move around and move to different places. I'm sure there's stuff that I've forgotten to do and deliver. Has anyone just spotted the mistake I made? If you spotted the mistake in chat... What will happen to Twitch because we have Kick now? Well, Twitch will still be Twitch. There will still be people that obviously, a lot of people that will stream on Twitch. People who are obviously partnered and that with Twitch will stay there and continue to do their thing. For anybody looking to get into streaming as a new streamer, they might decide that they prefer to stream on Kick. Instead, because the rewards are far better. If you get a decent, obviously, following and subscribers and stuff, then the rewards are obviously a lot better. You can see down the line the split changing. Well, not according to Kick. In the recent Kick podcast, the owners have said they're not planning on changing the split ever. It's going to stay the same. And in fact, they're going to bring even more things to the platform to increase creators' earnings. Yeah, well, again, other platforms in the past have only been focused on themselves. At the end of the day, the other platforms only want to you know, are only about their themselves and their bottom line and their profitability, whereas Kick is a platform made by creators for creators. So the bit there is that obviously they want to reward creators. It's not about rewarding themselves. But yeah, the obvious mistake that I made there was I put all my pallets into the pallet warehouse and not into the Aunt Emma's sell point. That was the mistake that I made. So I didn't actually sell anything. I was just putting it into another storage. You can see it happening. Well, not like I say. The owners of Kick have no plans to ever change the split, and like I say, they just plan on bringing more things on board that can generate income for the creators. So hopefully that'll be the case. Because obviously at the minute, the only real way that creators get support is from subs, but they're on about bringing in things like bits, an equivalent of bits, and things like that, which people who can't afford to sub or don't want to sub can do to generate income for support their favourite channels. Why have we got so much stuff? I might have to sort this out offline in a minute, I think. Because I'm about to go over and host the Leeway. No, I'm not. Because I'm staying live today, aren't I? I'm not ending the stream. So I will be going over to moderate the Leeway in a minute. So we'll be ending the Farm Sim stream. We'll be going back to just chatting. For a little bit, and then things will all be good, and then we'll be doing the Football Manager stream. Can I not sell clothes at Aunt Emma's? Apparently not. Right then, folks, I'm going to leave it there for today here on Ringwoods. I thank everybody who has watched the Farm Sim stream today, and obviously I thank the YouTube people. You've been amazing, and I will catch you same time next week for the YouTube people. So goodbye, YouTube people. And for the Kick crowd, we are going to go, well, I'm going to go and watch my friend doing her stream.